Look at this guy. See if I can do a good one. Welcome to the Shaw shit. I've got to do like to get into characters to do a voice. I've got to do like a voice I can. I don't think I can do Morgan Freeman though. I'm not a doctor. Oh, that's so bad. I'm not a doctor, but I don't know. I don't think he talks in a southern accent. That's just like me doing a racist slave guy. That's not good. I'm not a doctor, but I trust science. Why do I sound like Colonel Sanders? And I'm told that for some reason people trust me. Oh, it's so bad. Now it's turning into the chicken from Looney Tunes. I said, and I'm not a doctor, but I trust the science. Which is supposed to just be a racist white guy. Well, Morgan Freeman, if you trust me, you'll get the vaccine. Morgan Freeman said. Okay. He goes, I don't know why people trust me. And then these motherfuckers were like, he's a paid actor. That's why. That's why he'll say these things. It has nothing to do with anything else, right? And I snuck in here somewhere. Got in and gave somebody some business. What was the business I gave someone on this comment, though? This was... Oh, yeah. So some person put, the core of the problem is the public doesn't know the difference between true science and what the scientific community is doing. If they knew the limitations of the scientific method, which are taught in science class, they'd know what those differences are. Almost no one knows these limitations and instead blindly believes the old scientific data, that any old scientific data must be correct and can't be questioned, like some sort of a religious dogma, scientism, which we just happened to be talking about on the Discord yesterday. It's just as easy to buy a scientist as it is to buy a politician. Excuse me. A point little considered by the public. And then someone responded, that's why a peer review exists. To which I gave this motherfucker the third degree like a boss. Where's my phone just went off? Bitches. Hold on. Hot meme coming in. If it's good, I'll share it with you guys. Hot memes. Becoming some sort a meme lord myself. I've become somewhat of a meme lord. That's not bad. It's bad. Hold on, I'll just respond. Kill yourself. Send. Okay. So yeah, this person says a point. That's why peer review exists, which is why I was quick to point out that here's the editor from The Lancet claiming that as much as 50% of all scientific data is fake and gay. A lot of what is published is incorrect. I'm not allowed to say who made this remark because we are asked to observe Chatham House rules. We're also asked not to take photographs of slides. Those who worked for government agencies pleaded that the comments especially remain up-quoted since the forthcoming UK election meant that they were living in Purda, a chilling state where severe restrictions on freedom of speech are placed on anyone on the government's payroll. Anyway, keep going. The case against science is straightforward. Much of the scientific literature, perhaps half, may simply be untrue. Afflicted by studies with small sample sizes, tiny effects, and invalid exploratory analysis, and flagrant conflicts of interest, together with an obsession for pursuing fashionable trends of dubious importance, science has taken a turn towards darkness. He goes on, and he basically says like all the data that they get, and this guy at the time was the lead editor. What do they call that? I don't know what the fuck they call it. Whatever the mean guy on Spider-Man at the news place. I think it's like what he played, Jonah Jameson. That's what this guy was. That's my extent of the understanding of this kind of stuff. Let me just put my thing on there. Yeah, so there's that. Let's see what else we got, though. Fraud accounts for up to 60% of retracted peer review papers between 1997 and 2006. Oh, did I not link the right one on that one? Good gosh. Let me just pull that up real quick for you then, because I know exactly what that is. Science magazine peer reviews. Here we go. Copy. Control V. Here we go. Here we go. Get it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Boom, 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 boom. Nearly a decade ago, headlines have. You guys really need to see this? Can I just read it? Put it on myself on the ads in case anyone wants to read. Nearly a decade ago, headlines highlighted a disturbing trend in science. The number of articles retracted by journals had increased tenfold during the previous 10 years. Fraud accounted for some 60% of those retractions. One offender, anesthesiologist Joachim Bolt, had racked up almost 90 retractions after investigators concluded he fabricated data and committed other ethical violations. So, the list, formerly released to the public as a searchable database, is now the largest and most comprehensive of its kind. It includes more than 18,000 retracted papers dating back to the 70s. But between 1997 and 2016, they said it increased tenfold right here to 488 a year. And let's see. The number of per journal would have increased, he argues, if the growing number of retractions resulted primarily because an increased portion of papers are flawed. Let's see. Relatively few authors are responsible for a disproportionate number of retractions. So a certain amount of people are getting paid to just put a bunch of fake shit out there, and it gets put out there. But this is just the stuff that gets retracted. And here's what I thought was interesting. Most of it, here we go. This is like the chart of like all the different, so most of it is whatever. Fraud, 411. Motherfucking reliability, not that much. It's mostly fraud. Plagiarism and duplication of text was on the increase. Fake peer review is even an option, and that's gone down, which is, they've been catching people less. Maybe I should go into the changes that the Lancet made recently on their guidelines for peer review because of coronavirus specifically. I'll go over that sometime. But most of them are from China, right? Most of them, there it is, from China. There's a little speak, which may just be that most of them from China are getting caught, or the Chinese are just really sneaky. Oh my God, I can do my Japanese accent. The number one most retracted is from the fucking Japan. So they tried throwing China under the bus, but China is below. There's two people from Japan above him that account for, God, fucking 200. I mean, that's got to be like 20% of the whole thing. One guy alone. Yokoshikara Fuji. Oh, they redacted my PayPal. Oh, he's French? Oh, God, I suck. Okay, let's find some more. Well, then my comment on here was not great because I linked somebody. Did I do that for all of them? Was my shit being whack? Here we go. Why? This is from the NIH.gov. Most public research findings are false. The increasing concern that most current published research the probability that a research claim is true may depend on a study of power and bias, the number of studies on the same question, and importantly, the ratio of true to no relationship among the relationship, blah, blah, blah. Let's keep going. This is just explaining how they are able to prove that they're false. And the big issue is that most of these are not replicatable because it's so niche what these people get their grants for and what they study anything on. And I talked to a person that was in the peer review process from Vanderbilt University, and they were telling me that like when they would peer review a paper, they're just like, well, I don't know if this data's right. I wasn't there, but I have to trust in the training that this person went through, that they did it right and that they're telling the truth. and that's kind of how you push it. And as long as there's no like real major red flags that stick out, but I think that'd be more like grammatical. Anyway, let's get to another one. That one's just that's more of like a clinical explanation. So if anyone's interested in this one's interesting. This is according to the former editor of the New England Journal of Medicine. This was an article that this lady had written. I think it was a lady. Here we go. Let's take this. Let's just find a few snippets. Take the case of Dr. Joseph Biederman, professor of psychiatry at Harvard Medical School and chief pediatric psychopharmacology at Harvard's Massachusetts Gen Hop. Thanks largely to him, children as young as 2 years old are now being diagnosed with bipolar disorder and treated with a cocktail of powerful drugs, many of which were not approved by the FDA for that purpose and none of which were approved for children below 10 years old. So this was saying that there have been crazy ties between pharmaceuticals and companies and doctors and how they just kind of get in there and will push their shit on people. But let me get the quote that I had on the thing first. This is from the editor of the New England Journal of Medicine, the most prestigious medical journal, the Lancet being number 2, by the way, or up there. The medical profession is being bought by the pharmaceutical industry, not only in terms of the practice of medicine, but also in terms of teaching and research. The academic institutions of this country are allowing themselves to be paid agents of the pharmaceutical industry, and I think it's disgraceful. Yeah, I do too. Oh, we can't keep going on this. She revealed Senator Grassley revealed the drug companies included those that make drugs. He advocates for childhood bipolar disorder. Oh, I was reading about this a while ago. I might go into this eventually. Yeah, I think there was some book about this that I read. I can't remember what it was, but so this is the article. You got to pay to get to it. Maybe I'll find I'm sure there's a link to the full article where this lady goes into it. But I thought that was pretty fascinating. Whoopsies. Okay, there we go. What else do we got? Bada bing, bada bing. What else did I get into any more trouble? That wasn't trouble. That was me being... See, these are examples of me actually being helpful, not trolling somebody. I'm going to do maybe one more thing. Maybe not. I think I'm just going to go. That was good. Keep it on focused and on topic. So thanks for watching. I'm going to get out of here. All right.